Imagine a business where every effort you make actually reaches the right people, where every campaign resonates and every offer sparks real transformation in someone's life. In Sell Like Crazy, Sabri Suby doesn't just teach marketing, he challenges the very way you understand the art of selling, confronting the assumption that business is about products rather than human connection. He reminds us, most businesses fail not because of their product, but because they fail to attract, connect, and convert the right audience. This is not merely strategy, it is a call to align mindset, clarity, and unwavering commitment, and to see selling as a craft that blends empathy, psychology, and purposeful action. Right from the first page, Subi confronts you not as a passive reader, but as someone who must engage, think, and question deeply. This book isn't a manual to skim lightly, it is a challenge to reassess how you approach selling, to examine why you hesitate, and to explore what it truly means to serve through your business. Every insight beckons you inward, compelling reflection as much as action, urging you to see each interaction not as a transaction, but as an opportunity to craft value, build trust, and leave impact. Subi's approach is anchored in action, precision, and human psychology, weaving together principles that are at once practical and profound. At its core, this book teaches you how to attract as many clients, customers, and sales as you can handle. Yet the deeper, subtler lesson is about courage, clarity, and authentic connection. He writes, selling is not something you do on the side. It's the single most important job of any business, and consequently, any founder and owner. This is no warm, fuzzy affirmation. It is a confrontation, a direct invitation to take responsibility, to step into courage, and to fully embody the role you accepted when you said, "I want to build something meaningful." Selling is not just an act, it is an art that demands thoughtfulness, intention, and mastery. Chapter 1. The mindset is the foundation. Subi doesn't begin with tactics, he begins with identity. What if the biggest limiting factor in your business isn't your product, your skills, or even your market, but your relationship with selling itself? That's the question he invites you to wrestle with. It is not a superficial question. It is an invitation to look inward, to confront the beliefs and fears that quietly shape every decision, every hesitation, and every missed opportunity. Throughout this opening section, Subi confronts the deep fear many entrepreneurs carry, the fear that selling is somehow wrong, pushy, or uncomfortable. But Subi dismantles that belief and reframes selling as service, as a deliberate and thoughtful way to deliver value. One of the most piercing quotes here is, "As the owner, your number one responsibility is to sell." This is not a suggestion, it's a truth rooted in reality. No sales, no business, no impact. He further states, your business success is not based on your motivation, your team, your passion, or your desire to help people. Passion without buyers is unfulfilled potential. This chapter is about confronting doubt, not dismissing it, but naming it, holding it up, and walking through it with intention. Subi's remedy isn't motivational cheerleading, it's a stark reframing. Make your why so big that your how becomes inevitable. That idea that your vision must be bigger than your fear is the psychological groundwork for everything that follows and the first brushstroke in mastering the art of selling. Chapter 2. Know your customer in their deepest sense. If Chapter 1 is about you, then this chapter is about them, your audience. Subi's first big idea here is simple yet transformative. People make decisions emotionally and justify them logically. Understanding not just who your customers are, but why they buy is one of the core competencies of effective marketing and selling. This is not superficial targeting, it's entering into the inner world of your ideal client, understanding their hopes, fears, desires, and the language they use to express them. Identify the starving crowd, the people with a burning problem or desire that your product or service can solve. Selling begins where another person's felt need meets your solution.
Suby teaches you to psychographically map your ideal buyer, their motivations, triggers, and emotional drivers so that your messages speak directly to their experience. Your words, offers, and marketing resonate only when they mirror the emotional architecture of your customer's mind. Chapter 3: Crafting High-Value Content Offers. Once you understand your audience, the first practical step is to give before you ask. Suby advocates creating offers that solve a real problem before asking for anything in return. This is not charity, it's strategic generosity. You offer something so valuable that your audience voluntarily entrusts you with their attention, contact information, and ultimately trust. This is foundational to creating a high-value content offer, free resources, guides, or insights that tangibly help someone right now. This approach shifts the dynamic. You are no longer chasing prospects, you are inviting them in through service. The challenge is a fear. Will they take advantage of me if I give too much away? Suby's answer is rooted in psychology. When you help first, you build trust, and trust leads to conversion. The key here is strategic generosity. The offer must be good enough that someone says, "I need more from this person." That's the moment where engagement deepens and the sales process quietly begins. Chapter 4: Capture Leads, Contact, and Continued Conversation. This chapter shifts from value to relationship. Suby emphasizes that traffic, raw attention, is only useful if you have a way to capture contact and continue the conversation. You might attract thousands of eyeballs, but without connection points like email addresses, the moment ends before it begins.
The essential point is how you construct your lead capture systems, your landing pages, opt-ins, and what you offer in exchange for contact information. The exchange must be genuine value for genuine attention. Suby reframes capturing contact not as intrusion, but as a continuation of your service. You're creating a conversation, a guided journey toward deeper trust and eventually mutual benefit. This is the bridge between awareness and engagement. Chapter 5: The Godfather Strategy, Offers They Can't Refuse. Often cited as the heart of the book, the Godfather Strategy is about making an offer that is irresistible. Suby breaks down a high-converting offer into multiple layers, a rationale that explains why you're offering such value, premiums and bonuses, guarantees that remove risk, and scarcity that motivates action now rather than later. This isn't hype, it's psychology. People hesitate because they fear risk and loss. The right offer eliminates that fear. Most entrepreneurs underestimate how important this phase is. Suby shows that it's not about lowering prices, it's about building alignment and trust. When your offer genuinely reflects the value and transformation you provide, marketing almost becomes secondary. Chapter 6: Traffic, Bringing People into Your World. Having crafted a powerful offer and lead capture system, Suby turns to attracting the right people. Traffic is the bloodline of growth, but Suby frames this not as chasing numbers, but as bringing targeted attention to your value. His approach is multi-channel, paid ads, search, social engagement, but always with one principle: reach must be aligned with relevance. You can have millions of impressions but no conversions. That's vanity traffic, not purposeful traffic. This chapter challenges hesitation, the fear of spending money before you're sure of a result. Suby reframes spending as an investment when it's strategic. Testing headlines, messages, and audiences is essential. Traffic isn't just attention, it's the right attention. Chapter 7: The Magic Lantern Technique, Content that Converts. The Magic Lantern Technique is about using content to lower resistance and build trust over time. Imagine your content as a lantern. It guides, reveals, and earns trust. This is not pushy advertising, it's thoughtful education. It isn't enough to get people to visit your page, you must engage them, hold attention, answer questions, and relieve doubts before they make a choice. Each piece of content is a step in relationship building.
Suby's message is clear. Content that serves is never wasted. Even if immediate action doesn't occur, trust deepens, and trust leads to conversion. Chapter 8. Consultative Sales, Guiding Toward Decision. Suby highlights that conversion is not about pressure. Businesses often rush the sale, but Suby says, essentially, no whining, no dining, no nothing. That's like walking into a bar and asking a stranger to marry you. No engagement, no rapport, no understanding. Selling becomes consultative. It's about accompanying your prospect until the decision feels natural and aligned with their needs. Ask good questions, understand hesitations, and address doubts before they become objections. Your earlier work, understanding your customer, offering value, and guiding them with content, now culminates into mindful conversion. Prospects feel understood, not targeted. Chapter 9. Email Marketing, the automated heartbeat of your business. Email is not a channel, it's a relationship engine. Suby teaches that every email, when crafted thoughtfully, deepens trust, reinforces value, and guides prospects closer to action. Segmentation, personalization, and consistency create relevance. This isn't spam, it's service delivered directly. Buyers don't dislike emails, they dislike relevance. Chapter 10. Scaling with Systems and Optimization. You have the fundamentals: mindset, audience, offer, traffic, conversion, and communication. Now Suby guides you into scaling. This means measuring what works, doubling down on strengths, letting go of what doesn't, and improving systematically. He challenges entrepreneurs. Being busy is not the same as being productive. Hustle alone is insufficient. Scale isn't about being larger, it's about being smarter. Chapter 11. Sustaining Success Beyond the First Sale. Success is not a single transaction, it is long-term value. Nurture customers, create experiences that keep them coming back, and deliver ongoing benefit beyond the first sale. Suby underscores that a sale isn't the finish line, it's the beginning of a longer story between you and your customer. Business is continuous service, not one-time exchange. Chapter 12. Your Inner Work, Discipline, Clarity, and Persistence. The book returns to psychology. Success isn't solely strategy, it's psychology plus execution. Suby emphasizes pushing through fear, doubt, and hesitation. He asks you, are you ready to do what consistent, aligned action requires? Not sometimes, but daily. This chapter reminds you that growth is both internal and external. Discipline and persistence are as important as funnels and offers. Closing reflection. Sell Like Crazy is layered. It's tactical, psychological, strategic, and deeply human. From your number one job is to sell to the emphasis on building trust, Suby reminds you that selling is not a transaction, it's service, clarity, and alignment. This review isn't just a summary, it's a mirror. What fears hold you back? What assumptions about selling keep you stuck? How can you use value and authenticity to serve rather than persuade? The challenge is not in learning the steps, it's in becoming the person willing to take them.